Hello, welcome to I'm Angry, Annoyed, and Amused podcast. You're on with Mike. So next to me is Matt.
What's up?
Over there is Johnny.
Yo.
And across the table is the other Mike.
Hello.
So how's everybody doing today?
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
Yeah, anybody angry about anything?
I'm
really.
angry all day, every day about everything and everything.
Nothing in particular.
You know, I was a bit angry because, there's been like a rash. I mean, it's always happening. I don't know if it's like
A
worse
rash?
recently.
A rash. He's got a rash.
Not on myself, a rash of something.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't finish this. I paused in the middle to
You
give
did.
a
I
tangent.
thought you were going to talk about a rash.
No, of subway pushings, let's call them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've just seen a lot of videos in the last week. My dad called me. He's like, hey, I know you're taking the train. Like, keep an eye out, whatever.
How is your dad? I haven't heard from him in a while.
He's doing good, I think.
Yeah? Good.
Me, I haven't heard from him either.
Yeah.
But, I was thinking about it. And, like, I always, and just always have, not like because I'm scared of getting pushed on the tracks. I just think it makes more sense to stand against, like, the wall.
I always stand right
or
on
in
that
the
line.
middle. I walk up when the train comes. Like,
No.
I don't
I'm there the
stand
whole time.
That's crazy.
I love it.
That just never made sense to
stand at the
me.
edge of the.
I
at the
stand
edge
at
of the
my
platform?
feet, my toes hang over the
get outta
thing.
here.
I swear to you.
I believe
Why?
he
Why?
stands.
Check for the train.
I can
I
see
do.
him staring the whole
I do,
time
and I
down
do
the-
stare. And sometimes I realize I was looking the wrong way.
I'll do it to check, but
No.
I generally
I do. I like that.
Well,
Yeah.
nonetheless, I
Yeah.
normally stand like back if there's a wall to the back.
You're
of
the
the
guy
wall,
that stands on the wall or your
or
body in the
middle,
beam.
I'm in the middle. Yeah, like I'm in the middle of between two. I'm in the middle.
You gotta be a risk taker.
There-
No, I
people-
just always not to not be risky. It's
You're
just
paying
like
that
how I
$2.90.
stood.
It's
there
an
are people
adrenaline
that
night.
now chain themselves to those poles till the train comes in.
That'd be hilarious.
That's crazy.
They do. I've seen.
I believe it. No, but I was annoyed because I was thinking about it, and I was like, the fact that I have to
Stand up against
worry
the wall.
about that. Like I said, I didn't have to change. It's not like I was
Well, the chances
Johnny
are
and I
low.
normally dangle my feet over and I was annoyed that I had to back up. I'm saying I didn't have to change anything in my life.
You were
Yeah.
just
The
annoyed
fact that it was in
general.
my head, I was like, what are people
Why do I
doing?
need to think about
How
this?
crazy are people that
Yeah.
they're throwing like that even if it happens once, right? And it's like, oh, that's a big deal, so nobody knows, right? I'm like, it doesn't happen once. It's happened for us to see it. Did it happen 5 times? No, it probably happened 20 times, and you see
Well, it's
5.
something like-
you know what I'm saying? Like it always happens more than you see,
Yeah.
It's
but it happens less than you think it happens,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like, no matter where you
If
are,
if you
somebody's
know
going to
about
get
it, it's
shoved.
happening. If it happened
you know
once,
about it,
you
happens.
wouldn't know about it.
Right.
Right.
The
That's
fact
something
that it's
like-
like in my
It had to
head.
happen
It's
more than
something like
once,
3
multiple
million
times.
riders a day and like 6 like injuries or deaths a day or something like that.
Oh,
so
you're gonna
Right.
give statistics.
I'm saying it's
Yeah.
not like
It's not.
It's
Yeah,
still
it's
bad, though.
extremely unlikely. Like 0.0.
Yeah, but there should be zero.
There's still
course.
should be
there.
zero.
Exactly.
Of course, there shouldn't be
I
people
was like
pushing
annoyed
people into the
that some people are
thanks.
so.
I mean-
I don't know. I don't even know what the word is that they will randomly shove somebody onto the train.
You know
tracks.
why? Because they shut down the psychiatric hospitals years ago. That's,
Maybe that could
no,
be.
that's
it.
what it is. I mean, they used to put people away that were mentally ill.
No,
Now maybe they were
nothing.
mistreated in some of those. Not all
Some of them?
Not all of them got put away.
Why are we pointing to me?
Some of them they left out, but
I remember years
no,
ago.
some of them were mistreated in those places.
I watched a show, and it was who was that guy? Geraldo Rivera.
Yeah.
Him?
Yes.
And he did like one of those shows on a mental hospital, and they had the basements and these like little, and they used to
He
keep
was
them
a
there.
sensationalist.
That-
Geraldo.
Was he?
He also opened Capone's vault. Remember that one?
Oh yeah,
He did a whole show.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the vault. There was nothing in it.
yeah.
Al Capone's vault.
That was sad.
It was sad.
I want to see something. I've been angry about something. Personally, I've been
being empty.
the what?
Al Capone's
No, I was angry about that when I watched the show.
That was
But I've been angry, annoyed, and actually amused, all at my own self. So
Okay.
Killing
no,
it.
it's very interesting. We all know I'm a hypochondriac, right? I always think something's gonna kill me,
Yep.
but I don't really care, kind of, because
You do care.
I guess I do care.
You
'Cause I
want
go
me,
to-
if you want me a hypochondriac,
yeah, that's
you
true.
think.
That's true. Fair enough. Fair enough. But I don't like. Oh, I guess I obsess. Maybe I shouldn't even finish this because it has no.
We gotta go now.
It's got no
You gotta
merit.
go now.
Okay, but I always worry like
We'll
I'm.
give it merit.
I always worry like I have something weird that I can go for a run and my chest hurts. I'm like, oh my god, I have a heart condition, right?
Right.
Or I can do a push up and then my arm hurts the next day. Oh my god, I'm having whatever.
Right.
I will.
Soreness, you discovered soreness.
Yeah. I will go down the rabbit hole of everything. Ever since I've had my daughter, my goal, like I joke around that I'm gonna live forever. It's not a joke. I'm gonna live forever because I sold my soul. But one of the things I have, and it's been haunting me for weeks. I have a hard time sleeping. I obsess over it during the day. I have this fear of dying now. I don't want to die. I can't die. And it's freaking me out because I want to be here forever for this little girl, and it's really weird. I go to sleep at night, and I'm one of these kind of people that buy into signs. Like I'll watch a show before I go to sleep because I had to sleep with the TV on, and I'll watch a show, and in the show someone dies. I'm like, fuck, it's a sign, right? And then I'll like
And you
lay
can't sleep.
and I can't sleep because I'm like, it's a sign. And every time I go to bed, I'm like, well, I'm really low right now.
You're screaming.
Oh, so I'm really hyped up. I go to bed and I'm like, I'm not gonna wake up. I am obsessed with the thought of me dying. I don't know how to get over it.
Therapy. You go to
Change-
therapy.
No.
Change the subject.
You go to therapy. That's
No.
how you do it.
Wait.
We're not going to be able to help him.
Wait. all right. Well, this
I
song.
have to go to therapy.
Go
All
to
right.
therapy,
So this
Johnny. That's
so
what you
screw
do.
you two with the therapy. I was going to
Therapy.
ask you if this was ever a thought when you were a parent, like with a young one. Did you ever?
I've been thinking I was going to die since I'm 6 years old. So
Yeah, I was gonna say they
Yeah.
all got the same
long before I
problem.
became a
Oh,
parent,
okay, fine. You're
They
like
all got that.
I was obsessed that I was
Like
gonna
that
die.
anxiety, like a general
Yeah.
anxiety.
general
a
anxiety.
I've never
doom.
had-
That's when I was 6.
general
That's
doom
exactly what I-
anxiety.
Dude, I've
Yeah.
never
When I was
ever
6, that's
thought
when I
about
put it together. That
other
one
than
day.
pretending I was sick, like I was gonna have a heart. Even though I was like I'm gonna have a heart attack or so, I still never really thought about the death
You didn't
side
care
of it.
'cause there was nothing.
No, but I never had the like I'm an adrenaline. I
you
love
had no responsibility.
Right.
but I love like
Yeah,
adrenaline
makes
things
sense.
that could actually kill me. Like
Because
I'll
it's not
drive
about the
fast.
death anymore.
I'll jump out of a plane. I'll do anything that could kill me.
Because
I
you
don't
don't
you're not
really
scared
think
to
those
die.
things are
Because you
gonna
don't think
kill
they're going to kill you.
Right,
You
but-
don't think those things are going to kill you.
But now I can't stop thinking
It's
about
the
it.
things you can't control.
But now I'm really freaked
Like
out
you
by
don't,
it.
but you don't
That's
think
right.
you're gonna die in a skydiving accident.
Right, exactly.
You think you're gonna die sleeping. You
Sleeping.
think you're gonna die walking to get the
Yeah,
milk.
truth of it is
yeah, like
So
everything.
it's a different.
you feel like you don't have
it's
control.
because it didn't matter before.
That
It-
too.
it's-
Because you were like, I'm gonna jump out of this plane, and if I die, that's so cool.
Yeah,
You're like, if I
exactly.
died in a sky, but now if you die,
You're leaving Presley.
you're leaving.
Yeah,
Presley.
it's
That-
freaking me.
it just didn't matter.
It
if you
consumes
died
me.
Before.
I think about it every day, and I hate watching shows that someone dies or someone gets sick or so. I'm like, fuck.
That's
Good
hard to
thing you
It's a
have
sign.
Good thing you have a
That's
kid.
hard to
Good thing you have a
avoid.
kid.
Anybody
you can watch,
dying.
You can watch nothing but kid channels
put on-
all day.
Coco Melon
Put on
24/7.
Put on Channel 11 at night. Seinfeld, Friends. Nobody ever dies.
No,
on
they
shows.
do.
Who,
They're-
who dies on Friends?
Oh, the grandmother. That one episode.
Yeah, but no, you watch Friends and then you see Chandler, whatever. You're like, oh,
Watch
he
Ancient
died.
Aliens.
He died.
Oh,
Who?
Jesus.
Watch Ancient Aliens. By the end, you'll be like,
live
I should
forever.
die and go back to the stars.
No,
You know?
but I'm saying it's consuming me. It's
Well, you
freaking
do
me out.
need, you do
Therapy.
need help.
That might be therapy.
Therapy.
I don't-
Definitely need
It's
therapy
probably
for
it's a
that.
mix of like your sort of hypochondriacism. I don't know
Yeah.
that idea
Which is a general form
mixed
of anxiety.
mixed
in
with
general,
the idea
yeah.
that you're
Yeah.
coming up to like if I die now, people rely on me,
Right.
which you've never had.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
like it's just a confluence of those things.
You grew up, Johnny.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
You're an adult.
Well, that's an insult. Well, fuck you too.
It took a kid, but hey, you got there.
Look at you.
You found
Look at
consequences.
you. You became an adult.
Wow,
Congratulations.
that's all it took, huh? A kid. That's all.
You know,
Pretty much it.
speaking of death,
a little more.
All right.
I think I mentioned this off air, but that guy, I don't think we spoke about this on
What
the-
guy?
I was gonna say I'm saying I don't think we spoke about this yet. Stop me if we did on the podcast. But the guy who lit the woman on fire on the train,
I don't think we.
yeah, I think they have him on video. We said this. It's a like
Open
and shut case. Just kill him. I think they should just
That was
shoot
okay.
him in the head.
I mean,
I don't. What is the argument for this guy's life?
You want
Please give me a
What
real
was it?
argument.
Is that
for
called
why we
corporal
should keep
punishment?
him alive?
Killing is wrong.
Is that called corporal punishment?
No.
Killing's wrong.
No. What's corporal punishment?
I don't.
That's capital
I don't.
punishment.
Capital punishment.
Capital
Corporal is just physical.
Yeah. Capital punishment.
Corporal punishment is like what nuns do. Capital
Right,
punishment
right.
is like death.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know the circumstance of the whole thing. I don't know the guy.
What He lit.
I know he did.
He
I know
lit a
did.
woman
I
on
know he did.
fire.
The guy could have mental problems. I don't know what.
Yeah, so how
It doesn't matter.
He
That's the
openly
thing.
says he doesn't
This-
remember.
I
This
go
is
But he
the
was
thing.
drunk.
I lean
This is
more
the
towards
thing.
the
He was
guys
drunk.
that like
It
the
doesn't
serial
matter.
killers. those
Wait.
guys.
So yeah,
It
go
doesn't
into that.
matter.
Oh, no,
It
wait.
doesn't
Go with
matter
that
if he has
theory.
mental problems
Okay.
at all.
Let's.
If your mental problems
Hold on.
are such that you may light a living person on fire, you should not be alive. Sorry.
No,
Mike,
Maybe you got a
Mike,
bad
Mike,
roll.
hold up.
What if there's
You got
a
a
way-
He
bad
said
roll.
What if
not
there's a
only
way to
mental
fix
problem.
it?
He said
What's the way to fix it?
he says
He's
he
not gonna
gets
spend his
drunk.
life
If
in
he's
prison.
manic, if he's
No, hold up. He didn't say it. He says he gets drunk and blacks out, and then he wakes up and he's just in bed. He doesn't know anything that happened between.
If I got
So
drunk
my
and
thing-
blacked out and crashed my car,
I was going to ask you.
I would go to prison for a long
Okay,
time.
but
They wouldn't
okay.
so I
kill-
can
But they
go
wouldn't kill
to, so
you.
I
But
can.
they wouldn't
No.
kill you if
Right.
you got drunk and you killed someone. You think every
they
drunk
wouldn't kill
driver
you.
should
But
be
that's
killed?
my thing.
There's a specific. He lit a person on fire and then watched them burn.
but I'm
That's
just-
not.
Yeah, but
I'm not trying to say
He's
everybody.
wasted.
He was blacked out.
He's wasted.
Yeah, I'm saying
He
this
lit a
is
person on fire.
I understand.
Did I
You
say it
kill
here or
someone-
did I say it previous that they should have never closed the psychiatric centers because these people
You said it on this
become
podcast.
they become repeat offenders. Like if he did it once and he gets help and he goes and they could help him or they put him in a psychiatric center or something, that's fine. I lean more towards the serial killer people, the people that you
The
know
people
kill
that know are doing
valuable
it.
people.
Why? What's the difference?
Well, no, because they
Because
know they're
can't be-
doing
they
it.
can't be fixed and they know
can't-
they're
yeah,
doing it.
That's the whole thing. Is that
There's a
they're-
difference.
Okay, so you think this guy? Let me just be. I just want to get crystal clear. You think he's otherwise a good guy?
No,
No.
I'm not saying
And he
that.
just got drunk one
I-
night, and like most people do when they're drunk, lit somebody on fire. That's the argument.
I mean,
that's your okay.
look,
all right.
I'm
All right,
gonna
let
say-
him out.
I mean, that
let him
sounds-
out.
that
I'm gonna-
Actually,
I'm
let
not
him
saying
out.
let him out.
Let
I'm
him
not
out.
saying-
He's
I'm
probably a
not
good
saying
guy.
let him out.
Let him out.
I'm not
He's
saying let him
drunk.
out.
I'm
I've
saying
been drunk.
I'm going to say two
I've done
statements.
stupid things drunk. Let him
Two-
out.
Two statements.
What are
First,
you guys talking about?
First statement, I don't think he was really drunk. I think he's using that to get like a psych ward thing. I think that. And if it wasn't drunk, then I agree with you. They should
Even
just.
if he's drunk.
But if he was really drunk, I think he should go to prison for the rest of his life. Prison. But like shoot him in the
How
head.
about we save some taxpayer money
I'm all for taking
and
taxpayers' money.
you use one bullet to shoot him in the head?
How much is that bullet?
A couple cents,
There
apparently.
you go.
It'd be cheap. Whatever it is, it's cheaper than the first meal in prison that he's going
I
to
don't
have.
You want the
know.
firing
I
squad
think
back.
There's other circumstances.
Yeah, I
that
want the
you're not
firing-
I just
considering.
think he should
What?
kill people.
What circumstances?
I think
Give
in
me
general.
What? He was drunk?
I just think in
He
general.
lit a person on fire.
I'm all for-
and
Shouldn't
then watched
kill
them
people.
burn.
That's
I'm all for
that's my
capital
whole-
punishment.
Yeah, he should
coming
not
back for
have done
certain
that.
things.
I agree, Matt. Thank you. Finally,
but
somebody with their head on their
No,
shoulders.
Matt's-
We all said he shouldn't have
think-
done
I
it.
know what he's saying, but it's a dumb. You get how it's a dumb argument because he's saying we just shouldn't kill people, and this guy lit a woman on fire.
Yeah, and so killing him is just makes it like okay, like
No, this person-
so debt's paid. He's
This
dead
It's not about a
No,
debt.
but
It's
how's
not
putting in
revenge.
prison
Like,
debt paid
It's
too?
not revenge
because
it's
he has
that,
to suffer in prison. You don't suffer in death.
We don't know that.
Okay, so you're being punitive. So you're giving. You're dealing
I
out
do
punishment.
think that life is the worst punishment than death. Yeah.
No,
but I
but
also
let-
What,
how about
life
this?
in
How about
prison?
this? How about
yeah,
this?
yeah. Life
No.
in prison,
How
I
about
think
this?
is much
No
worse
way.
than
He's gonna
dying.
spend life in
I
prison.
know you're really scared of
He's
dying
gonna spend
right
life in
now,
prison.
No.
But
but
and
like
he's just gonna victimize
dying
more
is a
people.
release.
Really?
Listen, I think
Really?
if you gave me an
What
option,
do you think he's gonna
Really?
do? What do lifers do? They're good people in prison? No, the whole thing
They
is
can do
that
anything they want.
Don't care anymore.
Yeah, because
they're
nothing can
gonna
happen.
spend like I'm saying, save all of it. Save all of it. Give them the court
I get
case.
your argument.
Everybody gets his day, and then they say, "Okay, it's done. Take him out in the parking lot and shoot him in the head."
why even bring him all the way
Because now we're
outside?
done. Because now, but now it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't. You're not gonna rehabilitate this guy. You're not.
How do you know?
Because he lit a person on fire and watched them burn. Sorry, call that like over the hill. What? Right? You think a serial killer can't get better?
They can't.
Okay, I give you
They know-
lighting a person
they
on
know
fire.
that- They know that.
I present to you.
He didn't know he did it.
He didn't know he did. He didn't know. What are you guys all? How are you on his side? What is going on?
I'm just on the side of not killing people.
Wait, so you think
I
it's-
just,
not
but like, why
So
do they
in
have
his
a right
case-
to live? Why? What's his right to? What is his claim to life, Matt?
his claim to life is that he's a lot. He exists.
Right,
He
and
has
then he
he's
brutally
alive.
murdered somebody.
Sure, and he should go.
So
to
you're like,
prison.
well, we shouldn't kill him, but we should punish him by spending his life in prison, and
Yeah.
we should spend money on him.
absolutely.
So
Right,
you
we
don't
should
think
spend money on him.
anyone should get the death penalty,
No,
even a serial killer?
Life is precious, Johnny.
I
As
understand.
I see
A
you're
child
finding
molester?
out, as I see you're finding out, life is precious.
Yeah, but I respect life and people in it.
right, and having respect to life means even when it's difficult.
So a
saying,
child
"No, you
molester?
can't-" Johnny, I'm sorry.
Really?
Yes, having respect to life means having respect for all life. You
What
don't
do you
get to
think
pick
about
and
that?
Choose what life
No,
is
I
good
think
and what
there are
life is bad.
circumstances where people should be put to death.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
agree.
arguing.
I won't kill an
Michael's
animal
first
or an
time
insect.
offending
I'm
a
okay
guy.
with
And
killing
you'll
a-
kill a person.
That does something like that,
A
yes.
misguided-
You think that's the first
a
bad thing
misguided
he's ever
respect
did?
for life.
That's what it
It's
is.
the only one I know of.
What'd you say?
He hasn't been
believe-
caught before.
I cannot believe you guys think this guy is just otherwise a good guy, and he just like one night was like, "We've all been drunk.
Do you know?
I've never been close to lighting somebody on fire.
You don't know that.
Not even yourself. You never like had a lighter while you're drunk.
You can force
How do you
yourself to
know?
puke.
held it a little
Maybe
close.
you don't
So you probably get out of it.
I
never,
cannot
You never like
believe
held
you
it a
guys.
little close, and you're just like, what would happen if I,
Have you never
No.
lit anything
You
on
never done
fire?
anything that put somebody's life in jeopardy, in a
including
way?
your own broke a
I
table?
cannot believe you guys would
I'm just
consider. Okay, fine, whatever. Ask me whatever. But what you're doing right now,
Don't.
he's hoping I say, yeah, like I tackled my friend off a balcony, right?
Well, that happened.
No,
Oh,
Did that
yes,
happen?
it did.
No.
Yes, it did.
but
You
let's
coulda
say
killed
that
him.
happened.
Let's say that
Let's
happened.
say that happened.
say
Yeah,
that
You're
shoot you in the
equating
back of the
that
head.
to lighting somebody on fire.
It certainly takes more
Like
effort.
you're literally saying because they're drunk, they had no way to possibly know
No,
that this thing is a
listen.
negative thing.
But what if
they
you
were just
tackle-
messing
I know, I mean, of
around,
course,
and then they
like-
lit a person on fire?
What if you did tackle-
and watched them
Yeah.
burn
What
to
if you
death?
tackled the person off the balcony when you were drunk?
That takes
And
more
I killed
effort.
him?
And it
Yeah.
takes more
Yeah, I
effort
should
than
go to
lighting
prison.
someone on
you
fire.
shouldn't be put to death.
You shouldn't be put to death.
You shouldn't be thrown off the
Sure.
balcony.
Sure, put me to death.
I don't
I
know.
don't care. You guys are not getting it. What I'm saying is, we would save a lot of time and
No,
energy.
we wouldn't. It's still going to be the same thing. They're still going to appeal it.
No, he's saying
No,
literally
I'm
take
saying
them out of the
they don't,
courtroom
don't
that
get
day.
that anymore.
That
He's
day.
saying literally
You
take
don't.
us-
You don't get
You're
to
in the
spend
wrong country
thousands
for
of
that. You're in the
dollars.
wrong country for that. Forget it. It's not
Yeah, there are probably places
Right,
you could
but,
go
like,
if you want.
Okay, but my point is that's stupid, and like we're getting to a point.
I mean, I understand. I understand what you're saying.
but I mean, okay, but
And
you're
the whole
saying
thing, by the way,
you're,
I'm
you're
not taking this whole thing as a joke.
right,
Because
but
it was a terrible thing that happened.
okay, but you're disagreeing with me. But you do have people that should be killed. So like we're just arguing over. Like we're negotiating.
When they should be killed. Yes.
Right, so like
He
you're
wants
saying
serial
that's
killers.
crazy. I'm like, you go to a different country. It's like you go. We're saying the same thing should happen. Your guys are just worse than my guys.
My guys are worse than
That's
yours.
it.
Right, but
He's
that
got
guy's-
serial killers. He trumps you.
Right, but I mean,
Matt
I
wants
could make,
nobody
I
dead.
could make a very easy argument that serial
Well, that's
killers
a
shouldn't
general.
because they have no control. Because for it seems like they're born, they're like generally speaking,
Yeah, they can't
They
be-
already have problems. Right, they can't exist in society. Right, my point would be
Also-
somebody who just like one night lights somebody on fire. They also can't live. Like I would say that's crazier because that guy might otherwise be generally a normal person. If sometimes you might have an impulse to light somebody on fire, I don't want you around me or in society.
It only happened once. Maybe they're not doing that.
Whatever. At least Matt's like ultimate, like fully against it, which is a dumb argument, but whatever too. You know what I mean?
Matt-
At least it makes logic
Matt
sense.
cares about life. It's precious.
Right. It makes
Where are
logic
you
like
on this, Johnny?
Huh?
Where are you on this?
With your
You
with
think this guy
guy
was just drunk?
No, I said it too.
Oh, he
I said
says he
before.
doesn't
I
believe
said
it.
if he if he I think he wasn't drunk, and I would agree with you. But if he was blacked out drunk, then I don't think that fits the crime.
Okay, how about this, guys? How about this? Matt, you too.
Sure.
Child rapists.
Same argument.
What do you think?
For me, it's the same argument. It's like
No, I'm
Like, but like, what do they bring to the world?
No, I'm okay with that.
I don't
See-
think
Oh,
everybody.
okay. So we
that's
just
the
gotta
thing,
find
I don't,
your-
I don't judge.
But that's the problem,
personally,
though.
I'm not going
But
to look
there
at
is.
people
There
on
is.
their
I have
contribution.
certain,
Contribution or
don't-
potential contribution
I
to
can't
society.
paint it all with a broad brush there, son. I
But
can't.
this goes back to
But
that
I'm not saying
conversation.
kill every criminal. I'm saying when these are
sounds like
heinous
them to
crimes.
It sounds like you're heading down that path, though.
Child
Yeah, you
rapist.
are
That's a
quickly
tough one.
getting- I mean, when does you even took it to a point
I
where you
used
were
the
drunk?
two worst crimes.
But no, you even
and you guys
said-
are saying
No,
I'm
no, no, no,
I'm taking
no,
it to
no,
an
no,
extreme.
No,
I
because
used
you
the
even
two
said
worst
no, because
crimes.
you even said if you were drunk and tackled someone off a balcony and they died, then you also should.
No, I didn't say I should. I said you guys
You
were
got-
clearly
yeah.
trying to make
Fine.
a point of should you say kill
So
yourself? And I
where's-
would say if you guys want to take that,
So where is the
I
line?
Think,
What is
I
the
think,
Mike, what is
I
the
think
lowest?
lighting somebody on fire versus me tackling somebody who's my friend and whoever was like he was messing around.
Okay,
There's a difference
What is
there.
the lowest? What
There's
is-
a difference.
So
what
you're-
is-
you're-
what is
he-
the lowest?
he's
Mike,
saying-
There's a heinous
Mike,
nature
I understand.
to lighting
You're
a woman
saying-
on fire.
What's
Right,
the
I get what
lowest
he's saying. He's
crime?
saying not
What's the lowest
accidental.
crime you can possibly commit where you get the death penalty? What is like the least heinous crime that you
I
could think of?
No, hold up.
that you
Least
get?
heinous.
Wait, I don't even
No,
think
no,
that's
he's
it.
got-
It's
he'll
either
describe
going to
it.
be rape or murder. Like no theft. Like never theft. Like you doesn't matter how
Like,
much
that
money
woman
you
died?
steal.
Well, you could light someone on fire that could not die.
She died. What do you?
Oh, no,
how
I'm
would you
just
guys
saying.
stop
No,
taking
but
this guy's
Michael-
side?
wait, let me ask-
Mike. No, Mike.
I'm not on his side. He should be punished. I'm not saying that.
I'm saying. If,
I'm just
okay, if he lit
questioning
this
whether
woman
You're
on
saying
fire,
the lowest
if he
crime.
let this
Can I
woman-
get a
You're
second?
saying rape or murder, right? If he lit this woman on fire, she didn't die. Does he still get the death penalty? Yes or no?
Good question.
Depends.
No.
How,
No. So
Shit,
only
it's
not
so it
murder.
is literally
you're a
murder.
life for
So
a
it's
not
like
murder.
You're a life for a
okay.
life.
Okay.
It's not murder.
But now
also
I want to reverse a question.
Well, rape's different, but and rape.
Right.
Can I reverse
okay.
a-
At
I
least,
wanna-
like,
maybe
understandable
not every
stuff.
Johnny
Wants a reverse
individual
question.
I reverse or
incident,
reword
Right,
a
crimes
question.
Of passion,
But-
like
well,
Could we let
now-
Can I
that's
reword a
not
question?
really-
Because Matt's asking you a question.
No,
I
it's like for
think
murder.
what I
Yeah.
want to find out is,
Right.
in your theory of getting drunk, messing with your friend, falling off the terrace, you don't think you should get that. I get that.
Right.
Now you get drunk, and you're on a terrace, and there's just a bunch of people you don't know, hanging out, and now you're blackout drunk, and you're like, you just push one off.
still more effort than setting on someone.
Right,
on fire,
not a
by
friend.
the
You
way.
weren't wrestling. You're somebody in your blackout mind. So I'm gonna dive on this person. And we're both, and now they die. Do you get the death penalty for that?
I mean, it depends. Like, what do you mean?
Really?
I tackle them off. We're on a
Right, you're hanging out on a terrace.
You're
And
on
you
a
tackle them,
the
rooftop
exact
bar.
thing.
You're in a rooftop
Right.
bar.
we're on a rooftop bar.
and you just
Tackle
charge them.
somebody.
They fly off the building. Do you get the death penalty for that?
You know, I don't know. That's
It's
a
more
tough
effort
one.
than
See,
setting someone on fire. It's
I
way
think-
It's more effort,
than
but
setting
there's a
someone on
heinous
fire.
nature about
But
it.
that is heinous. See, I was with you when you said, well, if you're
If it's
drunk,
random, there's a
I
random
think
person.
attacking
Yes.
a random
Yeah, yeah.
person,
Okay, yes.
someone
it's
else-
just random.
That's
You're
a
hanging out on this
Fine.
rooftop and you just
I'm
charge.
cool with any random. Definitely,
Okay.
though, that's a murder. I'm cool with
That
that.
is that's
So
not a
pushing
joke
someone-
that
so
went
pushing-
bad.
So go back to
Actively
topic. Go back to the
pushing-
topic. Pushing
Right, you're
someone
saying
on the
not
train
goofing
tracks and
around.
they die.
Pushing somebody on the train tracks and they
Instant death
die.
penalty.
Shoot them in the head.
Got it.
Well, okay.
Do it in the train.
Do it
Next to
there.
the body.
Push
Save
them.
the time. Save the time. You saw them do it. I'm cool with that. I'm cool
Wow.
with that.
Okay.
You know what
21.
I mean? I just I don't know. I think there is like a lot of pearl clutching that goes along with like we have to whatever. But I'm like nobody cares about rehabilitating these people. It doesn't seem like it even happens at all. If you look at like the what do they
doesn't-
call
it doesn't
the
anymore.
recidivism rate?
doesn't
Right.
happen
So like let's like cut it. What do they say? Cut it off at the bud.
Yeah.
Nip it.
And when you commit heinous crimes with, let's call it little remorse, little to no remorse, yeah, you know what I mean? Do a case by case basis, right?
Which it literally is.
Did the guy?
Criminal trials, literally case by case.
No, but I'm saying like you guys are saying like you're gonna say anybody who kills anybody go no.
Well, that's
like
what,
you said,
that's
crime
what
of
it
passion.
sounded like you were
No,
saying.
he says
No,
like
I
crimes
never
of passion.
said
He's
that.
saying like if it's particularly
How?
random.
You guys are asking me too specifics. I used a guy lighting somebody on fire and then watching them burn to death, and child rape. And you guys are saying you just want everybody to be everybody should be killed. Like, what do you think I'm saying? I'm saying
No, I
the
get what
worst
you're saying.
crimes.
I get what you're saying.
Like when you think serial killers. That's how I feel about this guy who lit a woman on fire and watched her burn. And you guys are very flippant about this case.
We're not flipping about
You
it.
are. You're acting like it's
We
like
think he should be
"Ah."
punished. We just don't believe he should get the death penalty.
Okay, but you like not a heinous crime. You're comparing it to pushing somebody off a terrace.
Right.
Like I,
I
think
mean-
it's different. And fine, if it's truly a random person and I shove this person off a 6-story building, yeah,
heinous.
yeah, that's heinous.
Pretty
Right.
Yeah, you tried to kill that guy.
You did.
But there's a difference between.
Kill him.
But there's a difference between like you're drunk, so you shove a guy and then he falls. Oh, I was arguing with this guy. I pushed
No,
him. He fell
No, he
over
said
the
he just
balcony.
picked a
random
Or
person.
Right.
or I know I'm going to shove this guy and he's going to fall over the balcony
Yeah,
and die.
agreed.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Kill that
Okay.
person.
Okay.
Kill that
At
person.
least you're consistent.
Because I would never do that. The only people who would
Until
do
you're
that
drunk.
are murderers.
Or,
If I'm drunk,
or bad alcoholics.
if I'm drunk and I choose to murder someone,
Go to jail.
like that's not an excuse to murder people.
No.
It's not even an excuse to drive your car. Like
To
why
crash
why
your car.
would we use that as an
To have
excuse
crashed
for
your
murder?
He was on the
He
train.
didn't really mean it. He was drunk. It's like what? Really? Do I get out of DUIs now? Sorry, officer.
I didn't mean to crash.
it. I didn't mean it.
Well,
I was
no.
trying to light a woman on fire, and I took the wrong turn and got in my car.
Maybe he was trying to light a cigarette.
That's stupid. Well, fine. You guys keep pushing on me. I'm going to ask you again because nobody answered.
We all answered.
A child rapist. You're all saying yes. Kill
What
that
age?
person.
I'm not. I said the
What
same
age is
thing.
the guy?
What age is the guy and the child?
The child. The guy's above 21, and the child is under 12.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Okay, now the child's
said the same
12
thing.
to 15.
Yes.
Yes.
Over 15,
No,
16 and up.
no.
See, that gets tricky. I said this so many times, and I say
You don't
this.
want to be on this side of the argument.
I'm not gonna be. No, I'm not agreeing with it
You don't
ever.
wanna be on this side
My
of the
problem is 15-year-old kids. They can go into a bar and come and look like 20-year-old.
They can't
and
consent.
No, I'm not saying.
He's saying like you can't kill a guy. If
they
they're
can
at a
go.
bar,
Right.
it's supposed to be 21.
You're not talking about.
Oh,
Like,
you're.
No. I was just going.
You're talking about physical rape.
You're talking
physical
about
rape.
okay.
physical rape, like.
Right, bucking the house.
Not even forget about
Bucking
even
the house.
12 to 15.
You're talking about
12 and
a
under.
you're
Like
talking
No,
about
it's
a
fine.
violent-
It's
that's
fine.
not a
You're talking
violent
about
rape.
breaking the house, ripping their like that kind of rape.
You're talking about a
All
violent
right.
rape. You're
It's
not
under
talking-
12 years old.
Okay.
It's a
There
was
violent
some
rape.
Yeah, no, that's
consensual
fine. Okay.
arrangement.
No.
Okay,
No,
so then
no,
we're
no,
good.
no, no.
You're
Then
not
we're
talking
good.
about the statutory.
No, I'm
cases.
not.
Okay,
No,
then
I'm
we're
not.
good.
You're
Then
talking
any
about
age.
I'm talking about
Physical-
physical. Yes.
Then any age. I'm fine with that.
Any age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go to adults to a degree.
I would
Like
even go with
adult
that,
rape,
too.
like forcible rape.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys.
That's what I said, any
And
age.
that's
we're
not
okay
even
with
murder, and you guys are okay with. So
Yeah.
So stop with
rape
all the pearl
fuck-
clutching about it.
Rape fucks
I mean,
people up, man.
Jesus. Yeah.
That's forever.
So it's being set on fire.
I mean, yeah. But as you
And that was
said,
literally
No,
forever.
but
I
as you
don't-
said, death.
I don't think
Could be a
death
good thing.
penalty should exist at all.
Yeah, well, that's crazy.
I stand by that.
Do
I
you
don't
think there's any room for rehabilitation of people at all?
From certain things,
I think for a lot of people.
it
I
depends.
know you do.
I think
know
for a
you
lot of
do.
people. I mean,
The only
You-
only
you-
truth.
you don't-
realistically, look, if I'm
No,
gonna be,
I think
I
there
think,
is,
the,
but
I think the
don't-
You're
defense
not.
of this
You're,
guy.
I don't think
you're not
they
one
do
of those
it
people.
I think
wha-
the defense of this guy being drunk is really funny. So that's why I have it. But truth be told, like, there's no rehabilitation for this guy. If they send him to prison for life, I mean, and that probably is what's going to end up happening. They could send him to therapy. He could go to rehab for his alcohol problems, because if you're setting someone on fire when you're drunk, you have an alcohol problem. He's not. He's
I
not becoming
think-
there's just something. There's some.
Who
What do
can
you
be
call
real?
that?
Dude?
I'll tell you.
said
I think-
a lot of
I
people
think-
can be.
I think- I
you don't
think-
think this guy can be.
I think.
I mean, yes, he.
I'll tell you who I
murdered
think.
somebody.
Look, I think if you are, I think that if you're going around like robbing people because you need money, right? And
That's
you go
different.
I think you go to jail and you kind of find out you don't have to rob people to make. There's other ways.
So
to
you're
make
saying
money.
murderers specifically cannot be rehabilitated?
Murderers,
Regardless
no,
of the
because
circumstance.
I honestly
Regardless.
Depends on what you say by
honestly,
murderers.
I don't know.
I'll give you an example.
Honestly, I don't know, because I think that even if it's like a case where Mike said it wouldn't really be a death penalty, where it's a crime of passion, I think to go to the point where you have so much anger where you're gonna kill somebody intentionally. By the way, I'm not saying like, if you're in a fight or you whatever. You're gonna get to the point where you intentionally kill someone. I don't know. Now, if you're fighting with someone and you hit them, you just keep hitting them. You don't let up, or you push them and they fall down a flight of stairs, whatever, which could be considered murder charges, because you are, it's not really manslaughter. You are actually doing the action to kill them. Then those people can work on their anger, can work on their emotion, having control. But I think if you are going to randomly kill someone, like Mike says, like just pick a person at random, and your impulse is to kill, I don't know if you can get that impulse under control. I'm not sure. I don't know the science behind it, but my vote would be no.
I think you could rehabilitate lifelong criminals who are like gangsters,
Absolutely.
because I think for a lot of them, they're born into a life that they don't know anything else, and like they grow up in it. And even if some of those people might be murderers, they might have killed people, but they're doing it all
For this
in this like world of gang violence. Like it's not the
They're
same.
soldiers. It's
It's
like
not
the
the
whole-
same
yeah.
as like a completely nonsensical random killing. If somebody, especially repeat, right? But like I think if one time, if you have an impulse to kill a random person on a subway and you act on it, I think you are devoid of something that cannot be given back to you.
I agree.
I think you're missing something. Whatever it is, maybe your mom was mean to you, right? Could be a million things. But whatever you're missing will not be given back to you. You might say you're sorry, 30 years in jail. Do you mean it? I don't know. Might you do it again? You can't even answer.
Yeah, because it was an impulse.
Because you were just like, yeah, I was like normal most of the day. And then I saw this woman sleeping, and I was pretty drunk, so I lit her on fire.
Yeah. That's my
Right, but like that's
my point too.
You know what I mean? That is what
they
is the
don't even
worst
know.
crimes
They
to
can
me.
feel rehabilitated. They can feel like I've worked on this. I'm not drinking anymore, whatever. But it was an impulse they acted on once, and you never really know if someone's
like I don't know. How can you rehabilitate? What does it even mean? Imagine it. To rehabilitate, right? A violent rapist. And like by violent, I just mean like a physical, like we said, like not like into the weeds of that. Just somebody who like dragged a woman or a man behind a dumpster and raped them. That person has so little value for life. I don't know what true like rehabilitation looks like for this person. As an adult human being, you're telling me you're going to take a 30-year-old. He doesn't know yet that he shouldn't do that. and then you're going to take him to prison for 30
No,
years,
I
and at
think-
some point he's going to go,
I see-
"You're right. If you didn't know at 30 that you shouldn't forcibly
but some
rape people."
There are
don't forget,
circumstances.
some people, like you brought up the gangster people, right? That they grew up in a certain life. They devalue life, right, based on whatever their rules are. Some people are born in countries where life is not valued that way, right? They're all they know is right.
I agree.
So-
I think.
I don't know.
certain
I don't think any
circumstances it can be
country. I
taught.
don't think
So I
any
get it.
country is like
And-
pro
and-
rape.
and maybe
I
talking about
don't.
this guy that randomly set somebody on fire. Maybe that's a bad example, but
Oh, I thought we were talking about the other thing.
But if
Yeah,
you-
I don't. I also don't think
but-
any other
but if
countries
they get into a
find that
circumstance
cool.
and they kill somebody. Now, I'm not saying that, but they're surrounded by this violence all the time, right?
Yeah, being
it's a
surrounded,
value
but-
for life.
but what I'm
agree.
saying
I
is-
think if it's a
but I'm-
situation like that, it could be.
I'm not.
taught.
I'm not
Right? And
saying.
people
learn
do
it after
find
the time.
God, and
I agree.
like
I agree.
that does happen. Like, you can't
know,
say
but
in
like-
every
but you're-
circumstance
I think generally speaking,
think I
people
can. I think
be
I can.
rehabilitated. I
because
think
you're
they're
very black and white.
No,
You're a very
certain
black and white
things to
person.
choose to do certain things are so devoid of humanity that I think it's missing in you. And I don't know if it can be given back at 30 years old. What I'm saying is like a gangster to me, somebody who grows or any like situation where they grow up in this life of violence and they steal and again, maybe sometimes they even murder people, right? Which is terrible. I'm not saying that they should be left free. I'm saying, yeah, they go to prison.
Okay,
The reason why I think they can be rehabilitated is because I think a lot of them are in their core normal people who had to grow up in this crazy environment, and then their actions reflect
Could've been
that,
tricked
which
into
is
thinking
very
it's the only
different
way, or-
than like somebody who grew up in I mean, fine, if they grew up in another country and it's okay to rape over there.
It's not okay to rape, but they're surrounded by it. Is what I'm saying.
It's the
Right, but if you move,
it's
okay,
like-
okay,
it's the
fine, but, like,
devaluation of human life.
but it's you can't do it here.
Mike, let me ask you a question.
You can't do it.
Let me ask you a question.
You can't do it.
I
let me-
understand what you're
let me
saying,
ask you a
but I'm
que-
asking
Mike,
about
we
the
need
rehabilitation
harsher
point.
punishments.
Mike,
It happens too
Mike,
much.
let me ask you
What's
a question.
Matt?
You right now at your current age, the government listens to this podcast and they say, you know what, you're absolutely right. We're bringing the death penalty. We're doing it exactly how you say, and we want you to do it at this age. 30 years down the line, you're day in and day out. You are taking people to the back of the courthouse and shooting them in the head. You have an insane kill count. This is your job. This is what you do every day. You
will not have value to life
You
anymore.
see someone
He
commit a
seems so
crime in front
excited
of you.
about it, too.
You're not looking at that guy, and you're just like, he's just gonna end up with me anyway. So
No.
You don't think that your value of human
Absolutely
life,
not.
after killing
think you
hundreds and
would.
hundreds of people day in and day out, you don't think that your value of human life is diminished at all? That you can't see someone commit a crime.
I mean, no,
and
but I
say,
don't even get your
I'm gonna
point.
kill
You
this
would
person.
become.
No, it wouldn't.
He's saying
I
you
said
would
from
become,
the beginning.
He's saying you become Dexter.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. I would never do that. And I even said for this guy, the guy who lit the person on fire, we started. I said he should get his day
We
in
haven't
court.
killed anyone yet. That's my
What?
point. You haven't killed anyone yet. You're saying that now
don't
you haven't
understand.
killed anyone yet. Our point is that as you keep killing people, your value of human life is going to go down. You're not
Okay.
going to view human beings the same. You're not going to have the same humanity.
Okay,
as
and then I'm
you
going to
did.
start murdering people. I don't get. What is your point,
That exactly that you
Mike?
would,
If they let you kill a bunch of people, you would devalue life.
But you
so
could, you
ergo,
could kill somebody because that person killed somebody else, and you think that's okay, and that wouldn't bother you at all.
correct.
But then are you devoid of something?
No,
Like, why could you take another person's life?
I've always wondered that.
What do you mean?
Because they did something wrong, you think you could take their life?
yeah.
Well, that's my whole argument.
I always
You know
wondered-
how
That's
it's
my whole
like.
argument
You know how
against
it's
capital
not cool
punishment.
to throw people in jail, right? Generally, like, would you throw these guys in jail right now?
What did they do?
Would you just throw them in jail?
For what?
What? Well, it's not good to throw. Right, you wouldn't because it's not good to throw people in jail, right?
I don't know what you get.
But if they kill people, you throw them in jail because you're saying
He's saying you
you
would
could
do
just
it.
kill people and that's not devoid of anything. And I'm saying, well, no, because it's a retaliation for a thing. And I'm saying you wouldn't just throw people in jail, but you think people belong in jail who commit crime. Like, it's the same thing. You're just
For all you religious folks, I always wondered because you guys are supposed to value life, right? So
Just
if
been
you
my point this whole time.
no, I know. So if if a religious, a very godly person kills somebody, it's supposed to be a sin. You go to hell, whatever, because you took a life. But now, like you're saying, if you're that person now killing all those people who did crimes, why wouldn't that be looked upon as a sin?
you can send me to
It
hell
is.
for
It
it.
is,
You can call
absolutely.
me the
Right.
It is 100%
I'll be
looked
the
upon
I'll
as a
bear
so
that.
then that person,
I'll
in the
bear
eyes
that-
of God,
what I'm
should go to
saying is-
hell.
Yeah, he's going to hell.
I'll
Yeah,
bear
yeah.
that
Okay.
cross.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
I'll
saying,
bear that
he's saying
cost.
eternal damnation is worth knowing
Wow.
that I killed a guy who got
that's-
I don't really believe in the eternal damnation thing.
I'm not doing
so
that.
if my only role is to make the world a slightly better place every time I shoot a murderer or a rapist in the head,
You think it does?
and that's like, and I'm the bad guy. Okay, I'll take that. I'll accept that. I will.
Compared to putting them in life in prison, you think it makes the world a better place? Truly.
Yeah, I do. I do. Well, I mean, it's functionally the same as them spending life in prison, but cheaper. Like, save the money.
So you're just trying
No
to
prison
save,
labor.
You're just trying to save,
Save
the government
money.
some money.
I mean,
No, not the. I'm saying, like, do we want more people in prison? Like, it just is. Why not just do that?
Because life
Like,
is valuable.
if the question's like, we want them to rot away and die in prison, I'm like, you're being more punitive than I am. Then to your argument,
I am
You know what
being
I'm
more
saying?
punitive, but I think that
right? So then, like, but how am I the bad guy? That you're
Because-
saying? You're saying I'm going to cause this person more pain in their life.
Yeah.
But you're the bad guy because you want to kill them.
because
That's your
I think
argument,
that
and
it
it's
is-
stupid.
I think life and who lives and who dies is not up to you.
Fine,
nor is
from
it
a
up
religious
to-
standpoint, but I'm not that guy.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm, saying
I'm
that's,
not religious.
That's been my
I do
argument.
think
That's my
everybody every
argument, is
day
that
makes
I do
decisions
I do think it's
about
worse.
life and death.
I do think it's worse to put someone in prison, but at the same time, I just say that people cannot decide who lives and who dies, and if you do,
Fine,
you go to
that's a
prison
fine.
forever.
I understand the religious angle here, but like here, I'll do you one last one
okay.
because it's religious. For every priest that rapes an altar boy should be crucified, literally. Maybe upside down, like do it the Satan way, not like Jesus. But you know what I'm saying? Like that is like, again, to me, is more heinous than other crimes. Like, so there is a level of like, it's like, I already think all the child rapists should be killed, obviously. So we're already there. But like to like abuse not only like the role of a
system,
priest, but the entire belief. Like, you're supposed to be, your whole thing
Protector.
is you're supposed to be a good person. That's your
Yeah.
only. That's almost your job if you're a priest, and then you're gonna rape a kid. You should be violently killed.
Yeah.
Do you feel
Maybe
the same
slowly
way?
for them.
Do you feel the
like
same
that's
way?
the worst thing? They might maybe not shot in the head. They should be shot in both kneecaps and then like have to
Cut their-
crawl like
Let me-
8
Cut their
miles through
penis
glass
off.
or something.
Mike, let me,
You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. Do you think because in this
These
in
are
this
bad
context,
people. Like,
in
you
this
guys are
con-
looking
no,
at
no,
me. This is
hold
so
on,
crazy.
hold on,
This
hold on.
conversation.
Hold on.
You guys are
That
looking
don't
at me
make
like
sense.
I'm the bad
That
guy.
don't make sense. You think you're
I'm
saying
talking about.
you're saying it's doubly bad for priests because of their position.
Yeah.
Do you think because
have I
priests are
done?
kind of like spiritual guiders, and I understand that there's a religious connotation there. How do you feel about teachers? You think that they're teachers who abuse students, of course.
Nah, because I don't think that they don't take like the vow thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
is it more wrong because
they
they
should
have
still
more
be
access?
killed.
And they're not also.
Yeah, but any child
Okay,
rapist.
so let me bring up something from before we were recording. What if it is a female teacher and a 14-year-old student? You're killing.
I don't
the
even think
female
that's a
teacher?
crime. Look, I'm sorry. I kind of don't. I got.
It's awful.
I just kind of
Double
don't.
standard.
That's awful.
That's. Look, I was a 14-year-old boy,
And you've had sex
and I
with your
went to
teacher?
high school. No.
Oh,
Had I?
paused.
No, I
There
didn't.
was a pause there. Right?
It was a
I didn't know what
pause.
he was saying.
You know what I was saying.
Had I?
We
I
gotta
don't-
investigate
I don't
this,
think it would
guys.
have like ruined my life. I just don't. I just don't.
Awful. That's terrible.
I just don't.
I don't
To a
know.
certain age.
Listen,
like I think maybe
I
start
think-
at high school. Like if it's a 10-year-old boy, yeah, that's like predatory.
Listen,
But a high school aged boy,
But you think that
You know
that
what I'm
teacher
saying? Like,
has
there's a-
something
there-
14 years
it's
old.
just
you think
younger
that-
for boys,
You think
but
that
like-
teacher doesn't have something wrong with them? You're 14 years old. The teacher's 30 something. You don't think that teacher has
I mean,
something wrong with
probably,
them?
but like it's
So
just
they
like
don't get
not
punished?
that big of a
Like
deal.
you're saying you don't want people walking around who clearly have something wrong, like something
But if-
missing.
if
you
the-
don't think that
Listen.
teacher has
yeah,
something
but like everybody got
missing?
something wrong.
Oh
if it,
my
if
God.
it, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's a little messed up. Like you can't.
like the guy that lit the girl on fire. He's a little messed up.
No, you guys are being
He
Because
can
the
be
thing
fixed.
is that it's an open
can be
double
fixed.
standard. Like you are clearly saying
Yes,
that
yes,
you know you
yes.
can't
He
defend
he
this.
Yes.
knows it's
You
a
can't
double
defend
There
standard.
is. I do have a
argument.
double
He has a
standard
complete double
when it
standard.
comes to like high school aged boys versus high school aged girls
Having
sleeping
sex
with
with their
their
teachers.
respective teachers. It's just different. I was a high school aged boy. I would have been fine. I would have been fine.
Hey, pause again.
All right, so after Johnny gets therapy, you're next.
For what? What do I
Wanting
need
to
therapy
kill
for?
people.
We're gonna,
I don't want
to kill
You
to
said you
kill
want the
people.
job.
You want the job?
I would take the job. for money.
All right, we
Oh yeah, only
we-
for money.
We need to end here.
I'm not doing it for fun.
Only because Johnny is going to have nothing to put on the green screen for this. I can't even imagine.
No, my wheels are right. My wheels have been turning this whole time.
I don't know what he's going to put on the board.
It started off one way, the podcast, and
I made a lot of
I
clips out of this
came in with mine, and then we went
And we
right
spiraled
to,
way out of
right to
control.
this.
Well,
Right to this. I'm hoping I
had to
can
kill
find
some
some,
time.
but I have
I don't
something
know,
in
say
my head.
Thanks for listening or sorry for listening for this.
I can't. I mean,
Oh, I can't wait for the comments to
think
you guys
roll
are
in.
such big
I
babies
think
about
people
this.
should be punished. I just don't. I can't say.
I'm not
Please.
being a baby. I have a hard
Everybody's
and fast
because of that.
rule.
I do believe that there is some level of rehabilitation. People have proven
I
in
agree.
life. Even people that have killed people have proven to be rehabilitated. They did have a moment, and it was a terrible moment, but people have been rehabilitated from that. And it's
right.
it's the godly thing to do, man, to be able to forgive.
That ain't
and
me.
Move on. But
I'm not
Please-
godly.
you know,
I don't
Please
even-
write
I
in
don't believe it.
and please
I don't-
comment.
certain
I don't like. I'm not
crimes-
religious. I
Certain
don't.
crimes, I certainly do believe they should be killed. Repeat offenders, if they're proven they have no value for life, I have no problem with it. Shoot them in the head all you want. One bullet though.
Okay, I mean, but
Don't
okay.
miss.
Last thing.
Oh, we got
So
more.
if you
God.
knew, if you
Oh, my
knew the
God.
person, I know, and look, this is not a good. I understand this is not a good way to go about crime because if you know the person in any situation, you're going to want to give the worst possible sentence to the person who committed the crime to them, right?
Always.
For sure. But just because you guys are really annoying me about the lighting guy on fire thing, you're telling me if you knew that woman, you'd be like, well, he was drunk. I mean, she was on the train.
No, I would want to.
She should have been on another train.
Clearly, I would want to.
It's
kill
What
always
a terrible
hard.
thing
Clearly,
to
I
do.
would want to kill the guy. Yes.
He
It's
lit
always
somebody
hard.
on fire.
It's always
I
hard.
wanna,
and there's videos of him watching her burn.
I
That's
didn't-
I want to
crazy.
clarify.
Clearly,
It's
I
not.
would wanna
It's
kill
not
the
the.
guy.
It's not the lack. I mean, I don't know. That is kind of what they were arguing for. For me, it's
Thank
not.
you.
It's not to say that some people,
I get
maybe
your
in my
argument.
personal
I get
opinion,
your
don't
argument.
deserve to die. Like, yeah, of course,
I
would look at this guy
understand.
and I would say I want him, but I know that it's wrong, and I wouldn't.
Right.
I wouldn't push for it.
Right. I just think like why God gets to decide, but he let that guy do it.
He doesn't get to
Like,
decide.
what-
So
Everybody
how
just
much power? Like
lives.
we're like, oh no, it's in God's hands.
No,
I'm like
but
he
I think
he
to your
let
point-
this person. And maybe it's in
Let-
our
let
hands
me-
now.
I like
let me
that.
make a
Maybe it
different
would
point.
have been a day ago if he stopped that
Here-
flame from catching.
Here's what I would say about that. If a family member of that woman killed the guy,
Killed the guy.
Set him
killed
free.
the guy,
Let him walk.
that guy gets to walk.
I agree.
That guy
That's
gets
what I
to
would
walk.
say.
I've always
So
been.
I
So
disagree with that.
What?
Are you
Really?
guys serious?
Why?
You can't be a vigilante. We have a court system.
You
Family,
literally want
you
to be
are the vigilante.
for the court system.
You want to kill him?
You literally
swear to
want
God.
to be the vigilante for the court system.
You want to sit in the parking lot with your gun ready for them to walk out the back
So
door.
you think they deserve
Oh
the
my
trial?
God.
but
It's
assuming
not a
they kill-
vigilante if they get sentenced and then you kill them. Like that's not a vigilante.
No,
I'm not
I think you
sneaking
are
into the
still.
courthouse and shooting them.
All right, so
did
what-
you guys think this whole time that's what I was
No,
saying?
okay, so we'll rephrase what he's saying. The guy is found guilty. He's okay with.
I sympathize with the person.
He's
I
okay
don't think
with.
they should be killed.
He's okay
but
with
you
the
can't just
person
shoot
killing
people.
him. No, he's okay with the
So you
family
think
member
this should
killing
only
him.
happen in official
with it.
capacity?
I'm okay with it on an emotional level. I completely sympathize with that person. I would not be mad at that person at all. Do I think they have to go to jail for at least some time because they killed somebody? Yes. You can't do that.
Wow.
We
But
have
I think-
like
I think
what
to
I'm
your-
saying
I agree.
is
I agree.
we
To
have a
follow the
court
law,
system. You have
I
to
agree with
follow
you.
the law.
I agree with you,
You can't
'cause
just
the second-
decide it's your thing.
Yeah.
All
to
right, so
do.
maybe we should take the
I
law,
agree.
and
No,
after they're
I
found
agree
guilty,
because-
the family member gets to kill them.
No, I agree because
That'd be
You,
fine.
so you don't have to do it.
Yeah,
That would be
We're
fun.
just
If
trying-
that was they
We're
get
really
sentenced
just trying to
death,
save your soul.
Okay,
That's what we're trying to do.
so we can do that. We can do that.
I'm in
then.
the right here.
That's what.
You guys
That's
are
what other
careful
Mike is
now.
trying to say.
Remember what happened?
Okay, I understand.
Remember what happened? Remember how bad Sodom and Gomorrah got?
Not-
You guys heard about
not
this story?
personally, I've heard the story, though.
Right? It was so wicked. Those people were so evil. What did God do? Matt, you want to tell them? Tell the nice people at home? What did God do when the world got so wicked? No? The flood.
Wipe the
I
flood.
was gonna
The flood
say.
killed
Wiped out
everybody.
humanity.
But so we're the bad guys.
I-
We can't say that,
That's
hey,
a-
God, do it like maybe
that's
take
a-
this guy out.
that's a
Maybe
that's
take the serial killer. Hey, God, maybe don't let the serial killer kill 30 women.
possibly just a story.
Maybe stop Ted Bundy at
Possibly
10.
just a storm.
possibly just a story.
I'm
Oh.
saying what I'm saying. The
like that
general
may have
thing.
never happened. is
My
the-
argument. My
That you
issue.
don't believe?
My issue with the,
the
God
Bible,
angle.
Generally, no.
My issue with the God angle is if he's going to be so laissez-faire as to let all these things happen, then I do not feel his judgment when I decide that this person needs to be killed.
That's-
Ted Bundy killed,
Hey, you're
I
free to
believe,
believe whatever you
23
wanna
women.
believe.
Hey, God, Maybe stop him at 10, throw him a heart attack.
You're free to believe
Right?
whatever you want.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
But God doesn't do that either. God's not.
yeah,
God,
I know.
God
Okay,
justice us
so he
is
does.
also
He sometimes does stuff. He sometimes doesn't.
But
We
he
can't make
doesn't-
decisions
generally
for him. He'll
speaking-
make them. Whatever.
generally speaking, he
I'm
doesn't
just
do
saying. I'm not a
anything.
religious guy. I'm just saying it's a dumb thing to like take your argument for as like, no, we can't do this because God says it's bad.
It's not
like,
because God says
I don't know,
it's
man.
bad,
He
it's
kills a
because-
lot of people,
It's
dude.
because you
he
just,
kills a lot
you
of
just
people.
don't have the right, and I believe God also
Does
does not
have the right.
He doesn't kill anyone. He doesn't do anything.
All right. Well, then what am I worried about? Then I fear his retribution.
You
He doesn't
can
do
personally
anything.
not be worried about anything.
Whatever.
You're talking about morality and right and wrong. The truth is, it is not right to make that call on your own,
All right.
whether you have
All right.
repercussions
All
of
right.
it or
All
not.
right. Whatever. Fair enough. I'm not making the call on my own. We've been over this. The court's still gonna have their day.
People as a whole, even if it's the court, people are deciding whether or not a person deserves to live is wrong.
Anyone
Okay.
out there, don't disrespect Michael.
No, I've been very clear. I use the most heinous crimes.
He will take his
the
revenge.
whole time. The
He
whole
will take
time.
revenge on you.
This is the same as let's end this episode.
That's what I said. Let's
We're already
end
over
it.
time. I'm gonna cut out the last 5 minutes.
No, you're not.
You're not.
You think I want to cut out? I don't care.
You're not.
What do you got to cut it out for?
For the time, we're over.
Nah, we're
No, it's
Yeah.
all
All
right.
right. All right.
People
It's
love
our-
listening to
It's
you.
our
Well,
ex-
thank you, everybody.
Thanks
I
for
hope you agree
listening.
with me,
it's our extended version.
or else. No, but seriously, thank you for listening. And as always, I was shooting it back to you. Stay angry, annoyed, and amused.
You have no idea.